You are watching a visual film.
All right, everybody, I want to welcome y'all to another episode of the most dangerous show on YouTube, R.N.S, aka Real Nigga Shit. You already know what we do. We talk about an array of subjects from bitch ticking to politicking, and today we got a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, mama.
My name is Rika.
Already, and she gonna give a female's point of view for the day. We also got our co-host.
Stanley Jenkins, aka Tony Pearl, S. Jenkins 03. Yeah, holla at me.
Tony Pearl.
Hakeem. You follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Ade Anafi.
I don't know what the fuck you pointing to, but I'm your hostess with the most scheme.
He said, I was like, is this a
It
word?
is what it is. Follow me on Instagram, King_it's_him. We go ahead and jump right into it.
Go for it, go.
Ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I got this question actually from Facebook. One of our anonymous sources wrote in, and they wanted to know. They just recently got married, and it looks like they've been having some troubles.
Oh, we talking about marriage today.
We're talking about marriage today. It's a deep subject, man, huh?
Right.
So, the first thing they want to know is, what makes a man or a woman marriage material?
Marriage material?
Marriage material.
We start by saying every relationship ain't the same. I think we just have to put that out there. So,
True.
what makes my list for marriage material may not be hers, then yours will be totally different, and then his will be totally different. So, there's no like wide ass checklist. But for me, I don't know. You gotta look up my wife, nigga, and there you go. That's what I found as marriage material.
Yeah, I mean, there's no book. Everyone is different. You know, what you feel is marriage material will be different from him and me.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I don't know about y'all, but for me, it's more so of, I'm looking for someone that's gonna be caring, giving, loving. We gotta have a lot of commonalities before we can do anything beyond how you doing. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't got nothing in common. We ain't got nothing to talk about. If I'm an outdoors person, you're an indoors person, what we hanging for?
Opposites attract.
I feel like they got to be your best friend. And, I recently got married, but mine's a little bit different, but he's my best friend. And I think marriage material, once you fully get to know somebody and they really your best friend, then you can deal with everything else that come with marriage.
And see, it's about getting to know a motherfucker too, because a lot of motherfuckers, they be putting up their front, you know what I'm saying, especially on social media these days. Motherfuckers really don't know how to cook, but they always be posting like they do. And they be like, well, if I had a man, I'd cook for him every day.
They Postmates
okay,
that
cool.
shit that took the picture.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm in church this Sunday. You know, they put up the facade, and then when you get them, they are nothing like advertised.
But that's why you gotta chill out with them for a while. You can't just jump
That's
right
why I
into
say
marriage
you
with a
gotta get to know 'em.
motherfucker.
I know with me personally now, what I look for is security and loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like all that other shit, as far as money and all that, that's bullshit. I just want to find someone I can be loyal to, and I know that same person is loyal to me.
Yeah.
That word security is deep to the motherfucker, though, because security goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? It plays a lot into insecurities.
And it's not so much as, hey, I need your money, I need you to take care of me. It's not that. It's just the feeling, hey, if I'm deep down in, I know I can fall back.
You
got me.
and you got my back.
That's it.
I mean, I got a friend right now that she's dealing with that situation. Like the person that she's with, she loves him. She wants to be with him. She know that, marriage is near future.
Yeah.
But he is somewhat unstable.
Yeah.
So it scares her because
It should.
every now and then he always needs help on the bill or either he's late on something or something like that. But she's the one that likes to put stuff up. Her bills be like paid up months and months in advance. And so
Do they live together?
no, they do not.
Well, that's the first thing, because I'm sorry.
They don't live together. He has
I
his own
believe-
place. She has.
I believe in shacking up.
I do too.
I do.
Yeah, and I do too. Because you don't know a person until you live with
you
them.
live.
Yeah. There's something about
And then
your
also-
fucking drawers on the fucking floor. I hate that shit. But so we live, and you don't know that shit until y'all live
See, I'm
together.
a neat freak.
I'm talking about if you turn the toothpaste like or put it here and I put it here, I want it there.
Like, it's a coastal motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't like that. Ooh.
I think I said to your friend though, like, he may be horrible with finances, where she may be good with finances, right?
They might balance each other out.
Bingo. And they need to have that conversation of, are you secure enough for me to allow me to handle the finance for the household? Just know
But
I'm
see,
not
him
here to
as a
steal your
man,
money.
when you talking to a man about their money, that's a touchy subject. So if she come to him and tell him the reason why I'm probably, I don't know, however
Bought
they
too many
conversation.
fucking Jordans, nigga. Stop that shit.
Now,
You
he
know
not
what I'm
really a Jordan
But
person.
I'm just saying, like,
But-
that type of use of.
So if it goes to the situation like that, would she address him? Would she tell him?
I don't know. I think
Because-
she'll hold it for as long as she can.
Nah, she can't do that.
She can't do that. And I'm
Mine
saying-
would earn me out, nigga.
Oh,
Nigga, what
yes.
is you doing? You know what I'm saying? That type of shit.
So, and it goes back to that conversation of he has to feel secure enough as a man to know. See, as a man, when you're head of your household, you have to know your weaknesses and your strengths.
Yeah.
So for them to sit down and have that conversation, his pride shouldn't get in the way of building what they have. So if she says, baby, you know, I'm better with the finances, even though it is his money, he should be able to be smart enough to say, you know, baby, you're right. So here's
But
what
she
we gonna
said
do.
she was like, he's good, because she was like, whenever I need something, he's always there. If I need anything or whatever, she was like, but, you know, there is, you know, too many situations. She was like, I like when I'm able to go buy this, or when I'm able to do this, like, it's not always the same. So that's like something that's just red flagging her. But I did tell her that. I was like, you need to talk to him and just be real with him and tell him. Like, maybe you might balance him out. Like, look, say it in a different type of way. See, like when I say stuff, I just be real. I'm gonna be blunt. I don't care. I don't think I really have a filter when it come out. So I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say. But her, you know, you should. I said, just tell him, like, baby, you know, when you get time for the bill, when you get paid, you know, give me $500 at your money, or I'm gonna put this up, or I'm gonna help you, or just tell him you need to manage. You not, baby, this ain't working.
But it's a conversation that should be had
That should be
Yeah.
before marriage.
Yeah,
Communication is key.
because they already got the kid.
Like, communication's everything, bro.
So let me ask you something, because y'all two are married. Did y'all develop a check box, like once you start dating somebody and once you found your spouse, like, okay, he checks off or she checks off these boxes, so I know I'm safe with him?
No.
Not so much a checkbox, but I mean, men and women are different.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have had times when it get, you know, hard, or whenever you just deal with certain stuff where I make lists. And it's just realistic, like, okay, let me see the bad, let me see the good, or what he can improve. But about my husband, like, we could communicate very well, and that's, you know, something that helps, you know, our marriage. So if I do have a problem, I like the fact that I'm able to just sit down, like how we talking, and be like, hey, you know, nigga, what you did earlier? Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, and just be able to talk about stuff. So I'm pretty much good on that, but.
So I didn't have a checklist, but I've never been a checklist type nigga. If I fucks with you, I fucks with you. If I don't, I don't.
So what made you like, I want to marry her?
Cause I fucks with her and she fucks with me. Like,
So
but
just one day you just woke up and was
but that-
like, I'm
but that's
finna
just-
marry her.
But that's just the type of nigga that I am. I've always had like a real small, tight circle. You know what I'm saying? I talk to myself because that's the only motherfucker I can really relate to. That type of shit. So and she was the first one that really fucked with me the way I wanted a woman to
To
fuck with me.
you. Okay.
And
That's
so
understandable.
it was obvious, nigga. That was the one that I was supposed to marry.
That's the
period.
So do you think in today's times that people are still looking to get married?
Yeah.
Women are.
They might not,
Yeah,
some.
women are.
Women are. Men aren't.
Women are. And I don't think
That's not true. It's still some men out there that want to get married.
But yeah, but
I
the
ain't met that
percentage is
nigga.
not.
You ain't met, you
I
ain't
ain't
met.
met that
Yeah,
nigga.
Nigga, I want to be married
the
one day.
percentage is not right there.
It is. It's just slim to none, you know?
Slim to none.
Most women that I know want to get married. Most niggas I
Or
know.
they care about too much about what the boys think. Oh, I'm soft, or I'm being loved, and all that shit.
Not even that. Just niggas' mind frame is not on marriage.
No, it's not. It's on getting them 32 flavors of hoes.
It's actually 33, just telling you.
35 if you mix it. Get that Neapolitan going, you never know what's about to change.
For me, I just think the way marriage itself, our approach is different. For me, I don't think that we are trying to get married.
Are you trying to get married?
Me? Yeah, eventually.
When? When is the eventually
Soon.
for you?
Soon. A year, 2 years.
Don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm 36 now.
So what? You waiting until after 40?
No, hell no.
No, okay.
Hell no.
I'm just, you
But
know,
I'm just
saying.
saying, like, previously, what was preached, get married when you finish school.
Oh, hell no. Who
Nigga
preached
wasn't
that to
thinking about
you? Hell no.
Trying to get some money.
But now, I mean,
Trying to
marriage-
figure out what the hell you want to do with life. Who told you
Not trying
that?
to sit down. And you know, that's just our mindset. And I hate to quote, because I really don't like the nigga most of the time, but he said some real shit. Steve Harvey. He said,
Why you don't like
like really, the nigga, when I seen the clip and every time it pop up on my Facebook page, nigga, I share it again because it was one of the realest shit I ever heard. He said, women have a biological clock. You know, they want this certain things done by this certain age. I want to be married by 30. I want to be a mother by 32.
Yeah,
you know,
but
this-
it never goes that way. I
know,
wanted to be married by
but-
25.
But they
It
have
didn't happen.
a biological clock. You know what I'm saying? Whereas men have a financial clock. We don't want to make that kind of move yet until we feel like our bag is ready enough to secure a woman and a family and a house and a career. And because all
That shit is true,
come
though.
with it. And it's nerve-wracking.
But every woman need to read that book, and then we'll understand. Because I ain't finished it, but I did start. And I'm going to say, it helps you understand a man. Because,
but
yeah.
take it with a grain of salt. It's a
But
lot
you,
of,
you
it's a
know
lot
what?
of bullshit in there.
You know what really fucked me up? Me and my
It
girlfriend
just give you a better view.
went to a social event and we met one of her friends. Shit, I know her for like 4 or 5 years. And she was like, what y'all got going on? I said, "Shit, I'm working, career, you know, that's what I'm doing in my career. And my girlfriend, she said what she was doing in her career. And then she was like, so what y'all got going on? What y'all working on?
married.
What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Yeah. It's like, we ain't had that conversation. Why would we have it with you?
Yeah, that's what kills me these days. Like, it seems like it ain't cool to date no more. Like, women and men alike get upset when they find out, oh, so you're dating around. You know, we don't go together, but
Yeah.
I may date this female, and now I'm dating this female, now I'm dating this female, because I want to get to know you. I don't know what the fuck I like.
Yeah.
I didn't know I like strawberry ice cream, so I had to. I
We
was
mix and
always
mingle.
vanilla.
That's just what it is.
You
Ain't
know
nothing
what I'm saying?
wrong with it.
Unless I start tasting around, I'm not gonna know what I really want to end up with for life.
Right.
Because I'm getting one flavor for life, and I think people don't want to wait for that. Like, I have a checkbox. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
And-
checkbox.
What's on your checkbox?
I'm gonna go there. All right, so pick a. So the first thing I'm looking for is loyalty. You know, so I want to know, are you gonna be here for the long haul?
Right.
The next thing I'm looking for is security, and then the other thing I'm looking for is a priority. Am I a priority in your life? If you could check out those 3 boxes, we can start a conversation about getting into a relationship.
And then number 5 and 6.
That's later on down the line. You got to get
Are
there.
yellow and yellow.
Nah, they're not together because you can't say that because my last 2 relationships, they wasn't with yellows.
Yeah, and what it
Beautiful
is.
dark-skinned women. I think women of all shades are
You
beautiful.
dated white women, though.
Who?
You.
When? I'm gonna say that, you know. Hey,
The problem, don't be sounding like a racist now.
let me say this.
I'm gonna call you young Prince.
It's not a problem. I believe women of all shades and colors are beautiful, but I've never dated outside of my race. That's something I
prefer?
haven't done.
Never?
No, never. I prefer black women, and some black women are light skinned, some of them are red, some of them are chocolate. But my preference has always been black. Now I'm not saying
But that's the beauty of black women. nigga.
it's because they come in all shades.
Yeah, it's a long,
All
it's a
shades.
big old window.
Their hairs can be any color. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my preference. Now, the thing about that is when you do say, oh, I got a checkbox.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel like they're being judged. Like, oh, so I don't meet up to your standards. Oh, did your last girl hit up with your checkbox? You know, it's a lot of things that come with that, so I don't bring that up.
Yeah.
But just know that I am looking.
It's not that. I mean, check boxes like standards. Everyone should have them. You should, when you're talking to somebody, it should be something, like you should have something, okay, I want him to, it's not so much, oh, you a gold digger. Like me, I've always worked. Since I got in my mama's house, I always have stuff. I don't want to get with a man that don't have nothing because now I have another kid. I have 3 kids. I don't want another kid. So it's not wrong for me to say, okay, well, do you have a car, a job, or something, or you gonna help, or whatever. Like, it's
And
nothing
see,
wrong
that's
with that.
also on my checkbox.
What?
4th box is, do you want children? Because
You don't
I
have any kids?
I don't have any kids right now. No kids.
You want
So,
kids?
yeah, but I want kids with my wife.
He's still mine.
Yeah, that's just what it is. But I want kids with my wife. So that's also in my checkbox. Is that something that you're wanting to do? You know, you gotta be able to hit those points in on those cylinders. If you ain't hitting that, then we really don't need to be having
Put
a
some on the
conversation.
floor.
Now we can fucking go. That's a whole different story. That checkbox is different. It ain't got that many boxes. But if you want to move on to something serious, you have to hit on all cylinders, and that's just what it is. Got to keep the vehicle moving. So I look back and I'm looking and I play the dating scene and I'm listening to more women and they're not wanting to get married. Like a lot of women are okay with being single. And with the divorce rate being so high, a lot of these women have already been married and they're getting divorced and they're like, I'm not going through that shit again. So it kills me because I'm like, you don't want to be married, but you want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
So,
What are you building for?
yeah, but after a couple years of that, then what?
Yeah. You know,
It's not a requirement. See,
It's not.
It's not a requirement. The marriage is not everybody's finish line. You get what I'm saying? It's not a requirement every time you talk to a motherfucker, every time you get a phone number that we are working towards marriage.
Hell no.
No. You know, folks just want to do what they want to do, and that's okay. If y'all just want to lay on your back and grind, that's just what you want to do. Ain't nothing wrong with it. What? We ain't lay on your
Lay
back
on
and
your
grind.
back and
What we
grind.
what we doing? We get married, we just laying on our back and grinding. Go on, tell me which one, so we can get it together. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
But it may not be the tell-all, end-all, but for me, personally, I don't think it's anything more sacred or more promising than knowing that you've brought this woman into your life and you've changed her name. Like, you know, that's the one. If we dead ass broke,
Some of them don't even want to change their name.
some of them don't want to change their name. But listen, if you dead ass broke, you ain't got no money, no house, no car, no food, no nothing. What can you give a woman?
It's good.
Your last name, outside of dick.
I was finna say,
You always get
yeah. I
it.
give it a dick, nigga.
What do you feel about women who want to keep their maiden name when they get married?
What I feel about that shit?
Yeah.
Be single.
I thought I was the only one, bro.
That's just what it is.
Nah, because I was like, I'm a hyphen mine. He was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
what
The
the
granny, the mama, everybody was like,
nah, you
baby,
coming
we
over
don't
here.
we don't do
That's what
that.
marriage is.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't do that.
I'm like, yeah, you mine. And I'm
Yeah.
just saying that I control you with whatever.
No, I
It's like
understood.
you're my wife.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to hyphenate my last name?
Yeah, you're not gonna be halfway in this motherfucking marriage. Oh, you a halfway wife, huh? Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna hit you with an asterisk though, because you know I have access to a lot of affluent black women that have like degrees and all kinds of pieces of paper that have their name on it. So you don't want to pull up to a place that where the last name is Smith, you know what I'm saying, and then your ID say, you know, whatever.
That's the nature of the beast. Don't get married. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, when you agree to make a union with
So
someone.
you wouldn't care about your last name being changed to? So your wife don't have your
wouldn't
last
care,
name?
That's the conversation I'll camp.
Well, I'll tell you, we can put this on camera.
Yeah, because we're talking about marriage.
My girlfriend,
Yeah.
she had to hit me up with, when we get married, I'm going to hyphenate, I'm going to keep my last name. I got pissed.
Yeah.
She knew I was going to get pissed. She did that shit purposely to get a
you
reaction.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she got that reaction. She like, baby, I'm just playing. I'm playing. Yeah, you know you playing.
I mean, that's
I'm not tolerating that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the thing. She that conversation needed to be had because she needed to understand your position on the topic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll put it out there. My wife's last name is my last name. And that's just what it is. We had that conversation too. And she toyed with the idea of hyphenating it and shit. And then she toyed with the idea of just keeping it. I was like,
No
oh,
halfway
man, if you
marriage.
coming over here, then you got to come over here all the
So
way.
you told her like verbally, like, hey, you gonna take my last name, no hyphenation.
See, that's the thing. I wouldn't even say I told her to do it. We had that conversation.
Okay.
I told her my position, and she chose to come to my side.
Communication is everything,
But
bro.
communication is
You know,
everything.
but
Everything.
That's just what it is.
the thing about going into a marriage or going to that step is it's about sacrifice.
Yeah.
So it may not be something that you want to do, but if I have a strong stance about it, something that minuscule, I would expect you as my mate
Yeah.
to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Now, I've seen instances where the woman her father never had any sons, and when she got married, it'll been the end of their bloodline. That's it. There'll be no more Moxons left in the
Who
world.
the hell is following bloodlines
It happens
anymore,
like
though,
that
nigga.
sometimes. People care.
I don't want to say this because it's on camera, but
You gonna say it
I'm
anyway.
gonna say it. My girl,
So Jack Daniels.
fuck,
Don't say it, nigga.
fuck it. I didn't touch it already, but her mom, she got other siblings that all carry like her mom's last
Last
name.
name.
They don't carry the daddy last name.
And that shit I can't get down with.
Like, shit. Then her sister had a baby, you know, with some nigga.
And the baby.
She carried the motherfucking maiden name.
Oh no, see.
I can't deal with this shit.
And that's the other thing too. My kids ain't finna ask me why we got the same name, but mama got another one.
And then it's a lot of motherfuckers. You pull up to these school events and shit, and they go in to see their kids, and it's like they pull up and they see that motherfucker last name, they know who it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of motherfuckers that his ID say Jones and shit. His fucking kids is Smiths, and who is this nigga? So you know, when I
I'm
pull
the
out
daddy.
my motherfucking ID, I say this who I'm here to see. Ain't no issue.
So let me ask you this: do y'all believe that marriage holds the same weight that it did 10 plus years ago?
Hell no. Hell no.
People don't take it serious.
When people ain't getting married,
10 kinda, 50? No.
I think for the most part, like me being Nigerian, I think people get married for the show. You go to a Nigerian wedding,
It's a show.
it's like 3 different events. It's at least 3.
Are you Nigerian?
It's a
Yeah.
party.
Oh, okay.
It's at least $300,000 in the wedding. You know what I'm saying?
So you know how to.
Yeah, everything.
What was that?
The little African dance.
Everything. It's a fucking event. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I tell someone, say, hey, I'm going to a wedding, and they're like, you want to go out? No, I'm gonna be too fucking tired. It's an event. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because y'all be
So
doing a lot.
yeah, Nigerians getting married. They don't get married for the. Cause we getting married because of the show. What we gonna put out? What we gonna show for the public?
You know, shout out to my nigga Corey Brandon. You know, this is my partner. He has a very different view on relationships and marriage. And you know, his father told him at an early age, son, you treat him good, but you don't treat him right. And
Why you say that?
So we'll get into that in a minute. But his views on marriage is it should be it's a business decision. You know what I'm saying? The person you settle down with, you should think more business minded than with your heart.
I
I believe that.
I agree with that.
In some aspects.
Well, no, because Tiny and
T.I.
had that
that's
conversation.
business, yeah.
And they was like, and somebody told Tiny to marry for security or some shit. Like it's a business
Damn
decision.
money.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that. But this whole treat them good, but not treat them right.
Treat them good, but don't treat them right.
How the fuck do you do that?
I ain't gotta break it down to you. That's a whole nother subject, man. But you know, but marrying as a business decision versus love, will that actually last? Because at what point does the business interfere with the relationship?
If you marry as a business decision, then it would be.
And I feel like
just a
always.
business decision. It would be a business decision.
wouldn't be
So
no marriage.
It would be it would be treated like a job.
Yeah.
Soon as I'm done with this job, soon as I've outgrown this job, I'm out.
But you know, a lot of politicians they do that. They get married and have children because that's the ideal image of what a person in their position should have. You should be stable. You gotta have some form of stability. So when you are moving up in these different positions, they can say, "Oh, he's just like us.
He's a family man.
And then he end up sucking dick in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I do not know what politician you speak of.
Sending dick pics to white women. Elliot Spitzer. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what it is. And I guess if he was playing that motherfucking card like it was a business decision, it wasn't what he wanted. You know? That's just what it was.
I mean, that's just what it is. So with that being
Yeah.
said, you know what I'm saying? Is marriage still sacred?
It's not like it was. but I
Marriage
think
is what you make it.
There you go.
And I mean, like, because a lot of people, oh, girl, I ain't never get married. Oh, you know, it's a lot of people. I know all types. I have a sister that was married almost 20-some years. My parents, my stepdad, my mom been married 30 years. My other sister been married like probably 15. I got my other friend, she been married 15. Like, I don't have it all over, but they have all different types of marriages.
Yeah.
My sister, she was almost 20-something now, she's divorced. I would have never thought they would have got divorced. But it's just, marriage is what you make it. Like if you're gonna have a marriage and you be like, oh, he wasn't nothing, well, nothing. Okay, well, you can't just really always just say what he did and what was you doing, because a dude is gonna give you a reaction, or either sometimes they might dry ass do shit, but it's definitely for a reason. It's something that's lacking or something that's fucking with him for him doing what he doing.
Yeah.
So in my mind, when I get married, I'm not getting a fucking divorce. Look, you can be mad at me, we can be pissed off.
Better
I'ma
lay
go
your
to
ass
the
on
other
the
room.
couch. Yeah.
I'll be in the room. You can be mad at me. You still mad? Well, shit, I'll be down the hall, naked. Let me know when you get there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not leaving this motherfucking house. We're gonna have to work out what the fuck we want to work
To
out.
death do we part.
To death do us motherfucking part, and I don't plan on dying no time soon.
I just think communication is everything, bro. Everything.
Communication.
But that's like just like you said, you ain't leaving and shit. Those are conversations that should be had before marriage. And I firmly believe that when a motherfucker tell me they gonna get married, I instantly tell niggas don't do it. I tell everybody.
Read
don't
some
get
litter.
married.
Yeah, but why?
Reconsider.
But you know what?
But why would you suggest that? Like it's a
Because-
bad thing to do.
And it's not that it's a bad thing.
So-
I think a lot of motherfuckers don't really understand what forever
It is hard. It really is hard.
What for fucking ever is. This is the last dick you gonna get in your life. This is the last pussy you gonna get in your life.
I don't think people fathom that saying.
That forever shit. It's like till death do us part. So when a motherfucker tell me I'm gonna get married, why? And I say it just like that.
Yeah, but
Even though I'm married, I say that.
and what reasons do you give them when you giving these bad advice?
I don't give that. That's the
Why
thing.
gotta
Tony
be bad?
Pearl.
Why I gotta
like,
be
what?
bad?
Because
gotta
like
be
if
bad?
you're married and the dude come in, I'm finna marry, I think she the one. Why you marry her? The fuck you married?
that's
Then
something,
why?
that's something I'm gonna ask my brother. Why are you gonna marry her?
But why? And I'm
Because-
gonna turn around.
because
Why?
If
Why
he
shouldn't I
tells me-
marry her?
If he gives me a reason why, okay.
And
I salute you.
So now
See,
you're gonna
that's the
make your
thing.
decision
No. It
based
is-
off what somebody said? Because I'm pretty
what he
sure
said.
some of them you got to, and they
no,
didn't get married.
Oh yeah, it's a few.
That's
and
sad.
Then, and then
You
you
done
come out
fucked
6
up some
months later,
girls'
and
lives
and
that's
somebody 6
been-
months later, she sucking dick in
Hey,
the bathroom.
bro, you can-
And that's just what it is. See, this is my position. This is my position. Somebody needs to tell you now. Don't do that.
Now, in
To
those
make you- to
situations,
make you rethink,
if you've gotten to know
do I
a
really
girl,
want to do this shit? Somebody needs to, because when you tell a motherfucker, they
did you
get
know
married-
all of their significant others?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When you know, you know. You
So
know,
I mean, I can understand that, but I'm just saying, just dry ass, don't do it. I hate people that do.
you ever
Don't
met
do
a
that.
motherfucker that you just knew shouldn't get married though?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, some.
like,
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of
they
motherfuckers-
say,
it's a
hey,
lot
I'm
of
finna pop,
motherfuckers
I'm
out
finna
there.
ask a question.
I
my
want to
nigga, and I'm
say his
like,
name. I went to high school with him.
Don't do it. But you know, like,
He shoulda
motherfuckers, you
never
be
got
like,
married.
nigga, like, why the fuck you get married, bro? Don't you got like 10 hoes? Yeah, bro, I still do, but I'm gonna cut 8 of them off.
Wait, that,
The fuck?
What's the point?
the thumbs don't count.
Yeah, you know, you got the motherfucker, you got to tell, like, my nigga, I don't think that's a good thing for you, because, like I said, in my head, marriage is forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, though, do you believe that same-sex marriages deserve the same rights?
You just killed that bottle.
As regular marriages?
I didn't kill the whole bottle. Y'all helped me,
Nah.
but I feel lovely.
Yeah. She'll feel lovely
I'm gonna
and
sleep.
bubbly.
I'm gonna sleep really good.
Yeah.
Cheers.
But do y'all think same-sex marriages deserve the same stature as a male-female marriage?
Me? No.
Yeah, I mean it's what they choose. You can't say that they don't deserve what we get because they a boy and a man and a woman and a woman. Like that's not right.
My idea is
Cause I have family members that's gay, so I wouldn't want them to be mistreated because they got a wife and a husband and a husband. That's fucked up.
yeah, but I don't.
I won't be somebody else.
I don't.
Well, you would be on the Republican
Yes,
side.
everyone has
And
their
I-
own opinion.
Exactly.
And I think it's all factors on your
That's why we in the
experience,
US of A.
You know.
So I was always taught, you know what I'm saying, you can't help who you love. And I think that if they do get to that point to where, you know what, they want to be married, shit, fuck it, go be happy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and one thing that everyone always says is, oh, well, marriage is just a piece of paper. Well, if
Yeah,
that's the case,
people
go
do say
do
that.
it.
People do say that.
Go do it.
I had a lot of
Googled
bad
this.
slack when
See,
I married.
Google this shit. I would
married
like
mine.
to know the gay marriage divorce rate.
That's good.
It's probably not high.
Probably not.
It's not high.
Because they work, they fight for so much. They work more together. They probably communicate better. They probably really fight for their marriages. Don't nobody got time for that. After the wedding or after a year or two, they don't got comfortable. They content. Or sometimes a nigga takes 6, 7 years to marry you. So now at this point, after you finally do get married, you at the point where you're tired of her. So now you want to go on and go get the little side bitch and go do what you want to do. So y'all gonna be
Hey,
messed up.
side bitches play an important role in the
Yeah,
marriage.
because they
Wait,
fight.
wait, wait.
They're fighting so long. Like, hey, we done this already. We didn't overcome this. Shit, might as well fight this.
But
again.
my thing is, I just feel like men should, when you're in a marriage, side bitches and all of that, I feel like you should count to 10 and think about what you're about to do. Like like you said, you found that one girl that she fuck with you the way that you wanted her to fuck with you.
Yeah.
So now that y'all are married, I just be, like saying, or just my marriage or just a situation with my friends, like, why would a man make a decision when you say you fuck with me this much? Y'all need to have more self-control to make those conscious decisions to be like, okay, do I really want to hurt baby like this? Do I really want to do this shit? Like, if you get married and I fuck with her, she the only one that don't fuck with you the way that you wanted her to fuck with you.
But you know
So
what
that
I mean?
means she should never, ever, ever, forever have no hiccups.
I think that women need to stop telling niggas that as long as it don't come home, I don't care.
Oh, no, I don't say that
I
shit.
hate that fucking
Don't
saying.
tell me that shit.
No, that's the old,
Yeah, don't tell me that shit.
that's the old people saying. Now, that's when my mama and used to say stuff
But
like
that's when a nigga had a family all
as
across
long as he
town.
don't bring it home.
He had kids and everything.
Nah, that's fucked up. I'll kill a nigga.
That shit crazy. But you know what?
Tutu.
Just
Bye,
speaking
bye.
for the LGBT community, man. Q. Don't forget about the Qs. I wish y'all the best of luck. I hope y'all get everything y'all desire, man. Equality is a beautiful thing. We as African American males and women, we're still fighting for it, so we understand the struggle.
But I didn't answer that question. My opinion on gay marriage is the government looks at it as a business decision, right?
It's always business.
It's always been a business
But they got more
decision.
money than the straight ones anyway.
So what's the big deal with a man and a man going into a business decision? Why does the government have a say in the matter? And I guess that's my position. I really don't give a fuck. If they want to get married, let the motherfuckers get married.
I mean, the government, it was a separation of state and church a long
It's legal in
time
Texas,
ago.
right?
it was supposed
It's
to
legal
be.
everywhere
It's legal
now.
everywhere.
It's legal? Okay.
Yeah.
It's legal now.
So we'll see how that goes. But I want to kind of shift gears real quick. So we're talking about marriage, and one of the conversations we had off camera was about the black community and keeping the black dollar black.
No, we don't.
No, we
We're
going
doing that right now.
Yeah, man. So the thing about it is, we got certain theories going around, and people feel like, oh, we should keep the black dollar black.
Yes.
Some people feel like there's not a way to keep the black dollar black. So
Yes, there is.
I have a question. Does keeping the black dollar black get us any closer to building out our communities?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell,
If
Mr.
we keeping
Pearl.
it black, we keeping it in the house.
Right.
So if you're keeping it black, how does it help build out the community?
See, but that's the thing.
Who's in our
The
community?
community is not all black.
It's not.
Oh my God.
Why?
The community,
It's not. I don't see
in
no.
your community, is the
There's
whole
no white
community
folks in
black?
our community.
So first of all,
It's some white people in my community. My next door neighbor is white.
There's some. The percentage is very small. It's not like it's 50. It's like close to 5%.
nigga,
let's say this.
pull up to the finger store right now.
Okay, you talking about the hood though.
Anytime I'm gonna get some
Fina, that's
tacos,
a black. That's a
I'm not
black.
seeing no white folks.
Right.
Hey, but it still be white people in the
No,
hood.
1%. Like,
How many white folks you seen in the finger store?
Not a lot.
stop lying,
Compared
bro.
to how many black people?
Many.
Thank you.
But let me say this though. So let's start with the banks, right? We get a black-owned bank, right? So in order for that bank to make money, because if I put my bank and put my money in the bank, it sits there. the bank's not really catching any residuals off any monies that we just put in the bank. So they have to invest that money into something.
See, first of all, you went too high. Okay.
Hey,
How do they invest?
No,
How,
no, no.
how do
Because
they invest our money
Where
when
do
it's
you
just sitting
start?
there?
You don't start with banks, okay? You don't start with banks. You start with the fucking lady that's making plates. Okay? That's what you start with. Because-
Supporting black businesses.
Exactly. Because you
Yeah.
have to support black businesses before you
But-
can support black banks. But what?
The issue with keeping the money black, because when you support black businesses, sometimes the black businesses don't, it's not upholding, because I done been,
See, you
like I
have-
had to call the FBI one time when I supported a black taxman business,
talking
because he
to the
had,
feds.
I'm just saying.
She
he-
talking to the feds, y'all.
No, I surely did. I called them because they was holding my money. And when the agent called, I had my check that evening.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You-
Yeah, and I was supporting his black business.
It's okay to support, to have that banner of I support black businesses. But you also have to take into account of what black businesses you're supporting and what they are doing with your money. Because the lady that sell plates and shit can sell 10,000 plates at $10 a pop and
But everybody
make
just-
$1 million. But it don't mean shit to black businesses if she takes that $1 million and goes buy Louis and Gucci and Prada.
And what
Exactly.
sense are she gonna do that shit?
100%.
100%.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
So,
So that's what I'm
so
saying.
if you want to spend your dollar and keep your dollar black, you have to understand where your dollar is going and where they are doing with their dollar. Because you can spend your dollar with a black lady who's selling plates, and she in turn pays her black daycare, and then she in turn pays her black dry cleaners, and then
Yeah.
that person in turn pays her, I don't know, black
Bro,
fucking whatever.
honestly,
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking on shit, I think this is all
What?
bullshit, because once you start divesting money in the black
People.
community,
Then the motherfucker.
you know what they do?
motherfucker.
They take that money
And go
It's
spend it with
smart.
the
spend
motherfucker.
it on designer,
Yeah,
European cars.
right.
They're not doing anything. They're not divesting money in the community. Like,
Right.
I haven't seen no shit where a black business has poured money in the community.
So that and
Yeah,
I,
exactly.
I ain't seen
So
it.
how you gonna keep the dollar black?
and I've actually
Yeah, true.
changed,
Impossible.
Yeah.
I've actually changed my stance a little bit.
It's
I mean, it's
not.
possible,
Wait,
but
hold on.
I've actually changed my stance a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, with these specific contingencies. So just like we got a black chamber of commerce, I feel like that if we're gonna go that route, as a black-owned business, you have to register with the Black Chamber of Commerce, and you have to adhere with these specific guidelines to where when you hit certain marks and quotas, that means your books have to be 100% open. They have to be able to check your balances at the end of the year, and you have to give a kickback to that Black Chamber of Commerce, in which at that time they would designate your money for something in the community.
That's a
Now,
real
if
thing?
You give me that,
That's a
there
real
is a
thing?
Black Chamber of Commerce. They don't
Yeah,
do
I
that.
ain't never
That's what I'm
heard-
saying.
I've never
Is they
heard
like
of that.
checking books and
They
taking
don't-
money back?
That's not the system now.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is, if they were to get involved, and we can actually evolve it to that, where every black-owned business has to register as a black-owned business,
Yeah.
where we can go through and check the checks and balances and see where the money's going and what they're kicking out and what they're grossing a year, and we get to that type of structure, I'm all for it. Because then I can see what they're doing in the community.
Niggas ain't going for this
nigga
shit.
been doing
But they
shit.
gonna have to. See, that's the thing.
Niggas ain't
You
going
say
for this shit.
they're gonna have to, but they ain't gonna go. No, bro, it's not gonna work. No,
Then why should we support it?
Niggas ain't going for this shit.
no, bro.
You see what I'm saying? Why should we support it?
Because it's a beautiful idea.
Idea,
You know what I'm
exactly.
talking about? It's a beautiful ass idea. But in order for it to work, we have to collectively decide that it's
All
going
right, so
to work.
your idea, your approach on different things. How many niggas you know think the same way you think?
So I'm gonna put to you like this before I answer that, because I know niggas who think the same way I think. So, but the problem is this: when I go to work every day, we have a board of directors, right? That board of directors don't do anything physically related to anything in the
They
company.
direct.
But they direct. They have the final say so on what that company does. Any big decisions is made by this board of directors who, outside of owning stocks and other dividends in the company,
Who got that light?
have no type of touch or seizure in between the company.
Thank you, baby.
So having a council to counsel and oversee these black-owned businesses is just like running another CEO business. I mean, because we can't go out there and govern every black community. It's gonna be hard as hell unless.
I don't know.
Impossible.
For me, I just think the way we, black people, in general, how we going about business, we run around like chickens with our heads cut off.
Yes. No, because some black businesses, like more than a lot of them, they don't really know how the customer service.
Okay.
You want to catch an attitude quick.
No.
You want to, yes.
That
you want
is
to catch,
not a thing.
or you, yes, yes it is.
That is not a thing.
When you have a nasty disposition,
that is
I
not
am
a
not
thing.
gonna want to spend my money with
Hey,
you.
cause my nigga, like, he posted some shit about like
Yeah.
That is not
black
a thing.
business.
That is.
Is dead or whatever. Like, no.
It is.
Like, I deal with black business. We lack in communities. I mean,
Customer service.
Mm,
Like,
we do.
You been to Rudy's?
And I,
It's not a thing.
it's
it is
just
a thing, bro.
It is not a thing.
Been there one
Them
time and
motherfuckers-
never went back.
When the motherfucker Arab nigga go hard on y'all, hey, you don't
They
say
ain't
shit.
never.
there ain't no air baby go hard on me, bro.
No, you trying to burn me.
I'm sorry. That nigga ain't no air baby go hard on me, bro. No, one time.
I ain't talking about you personally, my nigga.
Oh, here, ain't no air baby over there.
Because they scared of blacks. They're not gonna do some of them, because I know some
But
Arabs
what I'm
that's not.
saying is, when people outside the race give you bad service, as black people,
I still
we
treat it
don't
the same.
flame they ass
Yes,
up.
yes, I do.
I'ma tell you
Every
this.
single customer.
Everywhere, like,
I'm serious about customer
Bro,
service.
I
I'm
hate
calling
going out with
corporate.
my girl because you know what she do?
What?
Every time she goes somewhere, we go somewhere, and that customer service trash, you know what she gonna do?
What?
Speak to
Call the
me.
manager. I want a manager. I want a manager. She's making a fucking scene. I want a man. Everything I love. I want a manager. Every time we go somewhere,
hate it.
I want a man. I hate going out where
Yeah.
service can be all right, but she want that stellar, that
want
superb
that
service.
super duper.
If it's
That
not
super
there,
And
call me a manager.
that's how it be. I think
I promise, bro.
it helps if you work in them certain categories. Because before I started working in call centers, I was a bitch to people that used to call me. When I had to start doing that and I got experience, been doing it over 10, 11 years, yeah, I'm nice to people.
Now
I
you
treat
know
them
how
nice.
it is.
I know that when you go to work, you might have a bad day. I don't know what the fuck you done went through today. I'm not finna, so I treat them, better. Now I work in a store, like, a shoe store. I work at DTLR.
Yeah.
So I deal with people like in face to face now.
Yeah.
So I know that it's a little bit different. Don't walk in the store, get a little attitude or whatever. You treat people a little bit different. But people who haven't, they're nasty. So it's going to be impossible
But what
to
you
keep the black dollar black, because black people are more prone to have a nasty disposition.
We are more prone
Yes.
to have a nasty
No, I
disposition.
swear, like,
As black people.
listen, if you
as
go
a
to
black-
Chick-fil-A
Did you just
and you
say-
see all in the window, hi, they be so happy and so animated. Jack in the Box sometimes. You probably go to the Jack in the Box, whoever in the window, hi, sometime. Get you a black person. What's up? How you doing? They gonna cut you off at the thing. Keep giving you your price when you ain't
say
even
you want?
finished ordering. Like, damn, I'm not done.
Hey,
Shit.
want
It's
the
7:32.
Just to be fair, you speaking from experience, from what you saying.
Exactly.
not-
And these are different people that are different races. Like, it's hard. So, I understand what people saying, but you have to be realistic. And you're not being realistic.
And what-
In this US of A,
Would you agree?
keeping the black dollar black is impossible.
Would you
Because
agree?
the black people don't support each other enough to keep the black dollar
Would
black.
you agree that black people are harder on black people than any other
Exactly. And that's because some black people don't act
Then that
like they
just made-
supposed to.
Then that just made my point that we as black people,
but black people-
are harder on black business.
Yeah.
Black
Not
people-
harder,
No,
but
that's what you just said. Now,
yeah.
Before you even go there, our expectations, black people in general, we are harder on any race than any other race. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna see a white person talk shit if you go to a black establishment. You know what I'm saying?
well, you're gonna get cut.
Yeah.
Lock the door. Lock
But
the
they
door.
in there trying to
We got
support the
helmets
black
on.
business.
So who really benefits with the current structure we got now for keeping the black dollar black?
There is no structure.
There is
Who benefits?
So nobody's going to.
Nobody. It ain't.
So if
There's
not
a
benefit
small.
to it,
There's a small rim of keeping the dollar black. It's probably like a little circle right
gonna make
here
them rich.
of all the
As
black
long as
businesses
keeping
that's keeping their dollar black in
that
their
shit-
circle.
That shit will work for me for like 2 days after that, no.
Nigga said 2 days.
No, cause I seen this shit too much, bro.
Nah, but
Like the thing is, niggas be like, you black, I'm black, fuck it. I'm gonna take your money, I give you this food. That's it. That's it.
that's it. Get your plate, get the
That's
fuck out.
it. Like,
Exactly.
That's it.
Or either
Get these motherfucking collard green, get the fuck up out of here.
they be too busy. They don't. I don't know.
The idea
It
of,
is different.
The idea of keeping the black dollar black all stems from Black Wall Street, right? When black people had their own little section where we fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was getting money.
What happened to
Everybody
it?
was gravy. And motherfucking white folks came in and fucked the shit up.
Destroy that shit.
It wasn't us internally. But
who allowed it?
But see, that's the thing. Nobody had to allow it. It was it was the only option for us was to grow. Because
So
the white people-
they accepted the white.
but sometimes,
No, it
And
ain't.
they-
They accepted the
and
white.
sometimes you
Or
gotta
just
think
our
about
other
like
race.
power. Like the black folks really didn't just have no power. You know what I'm saying? You think about Black Wall Street, the white folks had all the power.
See, that's the thing. They didn't.
I mean, we really did. We created everything.
We governed our own space.
In the background
we
of
were the
everything.
doctors. We were the lawyers. We were the fucking everything, nigga. We was the motherfuckers mopping the floor.
Like how they did the five
how
heartbeats.
How good was that?
Little white.
Like, you said you was this, and that.
They was singing the
Where the
song.
white folks come in and start shooting everybody up.
They just took over everything.
Cause see, that's the thing.
Ain't got no
Even though
money.
we're trying to keep the black dollar black, we still need to infiltrate politics to the point where we can still secure a piece of the government that will oversee our piece of the economy.
So you know what?
But that's wants versus, that's wants. That's what we want to do. But ideally, the white folks had the power.
So let me tell y'all something. Let me school y'all something real quick. Let me learn you something. The one
My
thing
sister say that.
the
Heard
white
nobody
people,
say that.
and this is not all white people, so I don't want y'all to. When I say white people, I just mean people with money. The people in general, how they stopped the Black Wall Street and black business and shit like that, you know what they did? They bought the land. He who owns the land has the power. Because in order to build your black business,
You gotta have the
store it
land.
somewhere, right? I'm not gonna sell you the land, but I'm gonna build this building on this land for you, and I'm gonna allow you to pay me rent to put your business in this building. So I'm not only gonna allow you, but I'm gonna let this person next to you open up something, and it's gonna be black too. Then I'm gonna let the person next to him open up something, and it's gonna be black too. And this is gonna be a Sally's hair store, which is owned by white people.
So what are you saying? We should.
So what I'm saying is, we did everything backwards to where my grandmother used to always tell me, if you own land, you can never go broke. And that's just the truth of the matter, because he who owns the land has the power. If we start buying up land to where we can open up black businesses and put black businesses in those space and give them a dollar amount that they can pay for rent where it's not killing their pockets and they can still make a profit, plus do something for the community, it changes everything.
So what would happen, hypothetically? What would happen if black people in Fort Worth bought every piece of land from 287 in Rosedale all the way to 820 in Rosedale? Everything up and down fucking Rosedale was black owned. Do you think that
Man.
would change
That'd be lovely.
Fort Worth?
Yeah, it would.
It would change.
I'm gonna tell you why, because now you have a central location where me as a therapist can set up shop and say, hey, come see me. We can open up black clinics to where people who need
Black
treatments or scared to go somewhere can go and say, I'm going to this black clinic for us. So we have those type of entities that we can go into and feel comfortable going in, where we're not stranded out all over the city or forced to go to county. It changes things.
Yeah.
I was having a dialogue with my friend, and one thing that we realized, like, okay, with black folks, they're easy to give us a loan for like cars, but when it comes to business,
No,
it's a
They don't want
struggle.
to do it.
it's so hard. Just to even
It's a
try to get
struggle.
10 bands or
Yeah,
something.
it's a struggle. Like, I can go to a dealership and get in my fucking social, whatever.
And they'll give you Maserati.
Yeah, easy.
You know what I'm saying?
But if I want to
That you
go
gonna
get
be
a
paying
business,
for
if
the
I want to
next
get a loan
20
for a
years.
business,
Yeah.
it's obstacles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's go ahead and move on from this topic. It's something we're gonna have to touch on another day. I want to move into a real nigga shit moment. I got a question for y'all.
Okay.
So, I've been sitting here and I've been thinking.
That's how you think?
Yeah, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Thinking, man.
You think?
The mind is a beautiful thing, man. And I have a question for y'all, and it deals with the black community.
Okay.
Back in the day, you always hear stories about people like Frank Lucas. You're gonna hear about even Big Meech, these big-time drug dealers, Maddox, who used to get millions and millions of dollars.
Yep.
But they took that money and put it back to the community. Now, I know drugs help destroy the community for those who chose to do drugs, but it seemed like they did a lot more for the black community than what we have now from some of these black billionaires and millionaires. So these people have been locked away. They do things like RICO. You know, I look at even El Chapo and what he's done for Mexico and how he's really, you know, he's in the cartel, you know, he's dangerous motherfuckers, but if you look at certain parts of Mexico where he was, how he fixed up the community and the landscape around there. Do you believe that there's a time and a place for everything, that we needed those type of people to be here in order for our communities to survive?
Well, I just think we just live in a different generation.
I don't know. We could find out. His wife finna be on a series.
Cause I can kind of play with both. I mean, it's wrong. I mean, if you look at El Chapo, if you look at fucking Frank Lucas, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is getting money and they feeding fucking kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they shooting shit up. And you know,
And killing
bullet ain't
kids
got
and
no
shit.
name on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, niggas is not on the same shit. Can you think about a nigga portraying to be like Muhammad Ali today, in today's time?
No.
Yeah.
Hell no.
No, hell no.
Who
No one here now. But you
I'm
have
talking about right now.
But you have people like Sean King, who
No, he's not.
Who the hell is Sean
he's
King?
not out in the field
Sean
like that.
King.
Chill out,
Who
bro.
is that?
out in the field.
Who is that?
In the trenches? No. He
Where else
on the
would he
internet.
be?
On the internet.
Because the internet is the biggest. It's the largest piece of communication that you can have.
He ain't in the
That's
trenches.
enough.
He has a very active voice where he can
got a
reach
cigar?
the masses of black people.
He ain't in the trenches.
It's not
I
like
do
it
smoke,
was
but I don't
back
smoke
then
that
where
shit.
you have to do a million man march like
Yes.
Martin Luther King to give a speech.
Me too.
He doesn't have to do
But
that.
Cameron
He
didn't
goes
come.
on
I was
the
gonna sit
internet,
by
he
him so
types
I
up
could
his
smoke
post,
trees.
and he posts it, and he gets millions of views from black people.
Bro, that's easy. He's not in the trench,
It's
bro.
easy.
He ain't in the
He's
trenches.
not. He's not out there, bro. Tell me an event when he's out there, like, not on the internet.
When he pull up.
And he pull
When he
up.
pull
Not
up.
at all.
Last
Shit
time he
go
pulled
down.
up, listen. Last time he pulled up to some shit, he was harassed by police.
Fuck that, man.
Where,
Okay,
when?
so
When?
And Muhammad
When?
Ali was harassed by police too, so.
When did Sean King pull up and he was
He
arrested by
pulled
police?
up before. You gotta
When?
look it up, bro.
What
It was
event?
A while ago.
When?
It wasn't an event. He
Nah, he ain't
Pulled
pull
up
up and
here
got
in Fort
arrested.
Worth?
No, bro,
No, it
chill
wasn't in
out.
Fort Worth.
Fact of the matter
But
Man,
is.
you-
Texas.
It was in like New York or something.
No,
but
no.
you can't knock him for doing more than what other people.
I'm
do.
not knocking him. I'm just
Who is
saying
Sean
that
King?
He's
this.
an advocate.
He ain't the
for,
same.
black rights.
I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying he's not the same type of niggas where we were previously. You know,
Yeah.
We're different, bro.
Because if he would go down to a news station and say, "Put me on TV, I got something to say," ain't nobody gonna listen to him.
That's the thing.
Ain't nobody gonna listen
That's
to
the
him.
thing.
They will.
That's the thing. When Fred Hampton got on, he didn't get on. He didn't go down to no news station and say, "Put me on." No, he stood out in front of the fucking
Yeah.
courthouse with a microphone.
Yeah.
Sean King ain't
Sean
in the
King
trenches
ain't
like
doing
that.
that, bro. What's Sean King doing? He wake up in the morning.
Who reaches more?
Let me go on
Smoking
Twitter.
his cigar.
Let me go on Twitter.
Who reaches more people?
Huh?
Sean King or Fred Hampton?
Hold on now. What we not gonna do?
Who reaches more people?
What we
That
not-
was your comparison. Because it matters when you can reach the masses.
It ain't about me reaching the masses.
Oh,
It's-
you reach
it's
the
about-
masses.
it's
What are you
about-
doing?
It's
Let me
about
ask you
being
this.
it's
Bro.
about being a legit ass motherfucking nigga.
Let me ask
and
you
that's
this.
just what it
Let me
is.
ask you- So we're old school, right? So we look at Muhammad Ali and we look at all those who stood up and marched and did all that other stuff, Malcolm X's, all that other stuff, Huey Newton. But Sean King, we also have a
No,
gang of
them two.
millennials behind us that do nothing but live their life through the internet. So
Some more.
We have to adapt to today's time.
It's gone.
And what he's done
Ain't nothing in it.
is adapt to today's time and post on the internet where he can reach not only our old asses, but the young generation behind us.
And he still ain't cracked it yet.
He has.
He ain't
You
cracked
gonna
it.
If he's getting 10,
I ain't taste that one. It's probably
he's
nasty.
cracked it.
This nigga here Poe in this motherfucker.
He's cracked it.
That's-
He ain't cracked shit. See, that's the thing. And, but back to the actual subject. I don't think
Taste it.
that I'm on the fence, honestly, because there are certain situations where your bad outweighs your good.
That's like some.
These motherfuckers,
Dessert wine.
we done turned into a wine.
No, that's the wine that you take for the Lord's Supper.
All we need some bread, bro.
Yeah, some crackers. And it got a little like more than used to be like.
Tastes good.
No, you just buzzed.
Look at your bad needs to outweigh. Well, your good needs to outweigh your bad. That's just what it is.
Well, it is what it is, man. That's our time for today, man. We thank y'all for tuning in. Always remember, a gentleman never kisses and tells.
And a gangster never fucks and snitch.
Yes, sir.
We out. Real nigga shit.